Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the Disney World Show on the Movie Squad YouTube channel. It is an exciting night because the final trailer for Beauty and the Beast has dropped, and I'm here with my fellow Disney fanatic, Joey DeAngelis. We're here to give you our initial reactions. We both watched the trailer. Joey, let's just dive right into it. What do you think? What did you think?
Well, I had to slog through about 10 minutes of The Bachelor. I figured they would air this. Yeah, they had aired this trailer during The Bachelor, so I figured they'd air it towards the end. But no, this was a good trailer. This is the third and final trailer for this movie, and we've had a couple of TV spots along the way as well. I wouldn't say this is my favorite trailer. I mean, again, these are trailers, so it's weird ranking them as favorites. But my favorite bit of promotional material would have to be the Golden Globes TV spot or the second trailer they put out.
I do think you're correct that it may not be the absolute strongest trailer. This, to me, is the whole movie in 2 minutes trailer. That's a common trend with some family movies, and Disney has done it before, where they just put the whole plot of the movie in the 2 minutes.
Right.
However, we can kind of forgive them considering this is Beauty and the Beast. We know exactly every story beat this movie is going to hit. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we're going to get many surprises. I still think there's stuff that they're keeping for the movie, but this is definitely supposed to be their 2 minute movie in a nutshell. Let's just show you what you're going to get trailer. And for the most part, I really liked it. It told a very cohesive story within 2 minutes, and it's one that if I didn't already want to go see this movie, I now want to go see this movie because of the visuals, of the tone. I got to see more of Dan Stevens' Beast face, which see him move and see him emote.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looked a lot better than the last time I looked at it, because every time it looks like his face isn't moving, and now I've seen his face emote a little bit more, and it's quite nice.
Yeah, I was all for his design when I first saw it, but we've definitely grown more used to it, and I think the facial animations that they've done with the Beast are really good on the whole. I've also really, at this point, I can accept the weird design of the weird designs of the enchanted servants.
Yeah, it took a little bit for them to grow on me, but I love Lumiere, I love Cogsworth, and even Mrs. Potts, who I've seen a lot of people say that she's the creepiest thing in this movie. It's Emma Thompson. Pipe down. I've grown on her design, and I love Chip. He did the little moment where he blew the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of squeed inwardly, and I love it. I'm quite excited just to see more. We got to see more of Gaston. We got to see a little bit of LeFou. We didn't get to hear any of the actual songs from the movie. We heard the title song as performed by John Legend and her. I refuse to say her name.
Ariana Grande. And honestly, I watched the trailer about 3 times now, and it makes sense why they would do that. And you were saying there's not too many surprises when it comes to Beauty and the Beast. You know the general story. You know what story beats they're going to go with. But the big surprise will be people singing. And earlier we got to hear a bit of Emma Watson sing as Belle through the Golden Globes clip, and then a little bit that they uploaded a while ago of her singing something there. I think they want to keep a lot of the singing stuff under wraps for the most part. I think they needed to release the Emma Watson stuff so that way they can say, okay, she sounds pretty good, guys. It's okay. But now, at this point, I don't think we really need to see any more promotional material. I think we should just wait until the actual movie comes out for us to hear everybody else sing in this movie and hear if it's actually good, which it probably is, but at this point we don't know. We have only heard the John Legend and Ariana Grande cover title song, which I think works well enough with the trailer. Not much else I can add with them too. I mean, it's a fine enough cover of the song.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I mean, would I absolutely adore it if someone other than Ariana Grande was singing it? Yes. Is this as bad as I thought it was going to be? No. The cover was fine, and even though she's definitely not my favorite musician out there, it's a serviceable enough cover to maybe I won't run out of the theater as soon as the credits start rolling. The visuals, I could not get over how well this movie looked from the first trailer, how beautiful and how rich it looks. This movie, the one adjective or the definition I would use to describe it is rich. It is just absolutely gorgeous to look at. It looks like it's going to be a feast. We saw in the trailer what looked like possibly and more than likely going to be the visual sequence for Be Our Guest. We heard none of the music. It was just the Beauty and the Beast cover playing.
Right. But
we saw the visuals for Be Our Guest. And if that's just a teaser for that song, I cannot wait to see how over the top they're going to be. In the animation, they go so over the top. It is so bombastic, so joyous. It just celebrates that fact that it's an animated movie. They can do anything.
Yeah, I would definitely say it looks like they found a way, not necessarily to ground it, but to make that work for a live-action, CG construct, pretty much. And we saw a brief glimpse of that at the Golden Globes, and it looked really neat. It looks really colorful and exciting, which is really nice. Other things of note, we finally got to hear a little bit of not finally hear, but we have more bits of Kevin Kline as Maurice. He doesn't seem to be, at least from the clips I've seen, he doesn't seem to be as much of a crackpot in this version. He seems to be a bit more sensible, kind of telling Belle, look, you're really ahead of your time and all that, kind of emphasizing the point that Belle is this, especially the little girls, that she's this role model. But, we don't get to see too much of the invention wackiness. We got more of the one thing I was a little more my thoughts improved on was Luke Evans as Gaston. We didn't hear him sing or anything, but it was just the scene where he's looking at himself in the mirror, claiming himself to be the most gorgeous creature on the planet. And I'm just like, okay, finally Luke Evans is selling this for me. At least the charming, despicably charming side of Gaston, rather than the let's kill the beast.
Yeah, I had to laugh because when he was looking in the mirror, I didn't realize he was looking in a mirror until it did that cut, and I was like, ha! Clever! Way to go, making me laugh trailer. I don't know. I may be the most biased person on the planet to talk about this trailer, but I'm so excited for this movie, and I hope everyone at home is too, because if Disney keeps upping the quality of these live-action movies, like they did with Jungle Book was much better than I thought it could ever be. I loved it. They seem to be finding their niche with these live-action remakes. I don't think Maleficent fairly counts as a live-action remake since it's more of a retelling. It's like, hey, here's a bit of a different story. They kind of came back to it with Cinderella. I love that movie too. Jungle Book, faithful adaptation. It seems like they're finally finding their niche. They keep going with it, and if Beauty and the Beast is as good as I hope it is, then I think we're going to be thoroughly entertained.
You see, I could argue a bit that Jungle Book had enough variation to where, there were certain, faithful elements to the original, but it was, in many ways, a very different film. But Beauty and the Beast has a different problem where everybody is so familiar with Beauty and the Beast that really the only concern is leaning perhaps too heavily on the nostalgia and our memories of the original. But that said, the actors look great in this. The chemistry between Dan Stevens and Emma Watson from the bits we have seen so far, I think, work out really nicely. Like I said, I like Luke Evans a lot more this time around. And of course, the production values on this movie. This is a really, really good-looking movie in a lot of ways.
It really is. I look forward to really seeing the entire story play out, because it looks like we did get a couple new scenes. We got to see Belle taking care of the beast after the wolf pack. It looks much more of a tender scene than the original animation where Beast is in the chair licking his wounds and they're yelling at each other. It looks more like he actually almost got killed and she's trying to nurse him back to health.
Right.
It looks like they're taking a slightly different variation, just enough to where it's its own thing. And I kind of look forward to see where that goes. I want to see where this is going to differ from the original. I don't want it to be 100% exact.
Oh, no, because otherwise I could just say, well, I'm just going to go home and watch my Blu-ray, which I have no problem doing on a regular basis anyway. But if if we're seeing this big screen adaptation, we're paying money to see it, we want it to be at least different enough to where I can warrant owning this as its own separate thing, which I think the main driving factor for that is, again, the actors. The actors will probably bring something a bit different to their roles in the previous incarnations. Any other thoughts on this trailer?
Honestly, the very last thing I can think of is, like, I just want to touch on it again, the Belle and the Beast chemistry. The dancing scene is what made me perhaps actually almost start crying. It just looks so wonderful. It looks like they're changing the Beast's personality a little bit. He was almost like a child in the first one. He didn't really know how to read if you watched the special edition. He was scared of dancing. It looks like here he's more of a angry gentleman, and I find that's an interesting twist. But watching him and Emma Watson dance, I have a feeling that's going to be my favorite scene. I'm going to call it right now.
So this movie comes out in March. We just got the final trailer of it tonight. I think we've seen enough clips from this movie. I am definitely fine without seeing anything more from this movie until I'm there Thursday night.
Most definitely. I'll be going to the first screening available that I can. We'll definitely have a review up for when that movie comes out. In the meantime, Joey, you and I have some Beauty and the Beast plans for in between now and the big release date.
Yes, so we definitely plan to do a discussion on the 1946 French version by Jean Cocteau, that adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. It was actually a huge, huge influence on the 1991 animated classic, but we'll get more into that when we make the video. But in the meantime, you can check out a bunch of Movie Squad videos. We just uploaded the return of Inside the Man Cave. Daniel Feehan and Andrew Gifford and myself reunited to talk about some cool nerd stuff. And then Gifford also uploaded a video about how Ben Affleck is no longer the director for The Batman. And we might have a discussion video in the future on who we think should direct The Batman. Stay tuned to Movie Squad, all of our upcoming videos. Who knows, we might have some really cool content in the next couple weeks, especially with Beauty and the Beast related stuff. We're going to definitely talk about that French version, and who knows, maybe we'll talk about some of the lesser versions that have appeared over the years. Yeah, this was a cool trailer. I'm glad we could talk about this, Allison. See you guys later.
See you guys later. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, like our page on Facebook, and we'll see you later on Movie Squad.